Dolce & Gabbana isn't just a fashion house. It's a symbol of Italian sensuality, drama, and unapologetic individuality. With their deep roots in tradition and a rebellious flair, they've created a brand that fuses love, art, religion, and fashion like no other. Behind the name are two men whose personal story is as legendary as their collections: Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana. How it all began. Domenico Dolce was born in 1958 in Palermo, Sicily, into a family of tailors. From an early age, he was surrounded by fabrics, patterns, and the traditional skills of handmade Italian fashion. His path seemed predestined. Stefano Gabbana, born in 1962 in Milan, came from a different world, a modern, cosmopolitan city brimming with art, advertising, and design. He originally studied graphic design before falling into fashion almost by accident. Their worlds collided in the early 1980s when they were both working at the same Milanese fashion studio. There, they formed a creative partnership and a romantic relationship. Stefano was immediately struck by Domenico's raw talent and his classical way of drawing, like a Renaissance master. They quickly became inseparable in both work and life. In 1985, they launched their own label, Dolce & Gabbana, and presented their first women's collection at Milan Fashion Week. It was humble, even improvised. They couldn't afford real models and asked friends to walk, but it made waves. Aesthetic and signature style. Dolce & Gabbana quickly stood out with their unmistakable aesthetic, dramatic, deeply Italian, and defiantly sensual. Their inspiration came from the streets of Sicily, Italian cinema, Catholic iconography, and the power of feminine beauty. Key elements of their design language: black lace symbolizing mystery and eroticism, leopard print, bold, provocative, unapologetically fierce, gold and embellishment as expressions of excess and opulence, religious imagery, Madonnas, saints, crosses, fitted silhouettes, corsets, and high heels that celebrate the female body. Their clothing was never minimalist. It told stories about family, seduction, history, and cultural identity. Love, breakup, and collaboration. Dolce & Gabbana were more than just co-founders. They were romantic partners for over 2 decades. Their love infused their work with passion and emotion. Every collection reflected something about them: the warmth, the struggle, the connection to roots, the fantasy of love. In 2005, they announced their romantic separation, but unlike many business duos, they stayed together professionally. Their breakup didn't end their creative partnership. If anything, it evolved into something even more complex and enduring. To this day, they continue to co-design, co-direct, and coexist as business partners. Their relationship is often described as one of the most fascinating, creative marriages in fashion history. Controversies and headlines. In 2015, the designers came under fire after making controversial statements in an interview, expressing disapproval of surrogacy and same-sex parenting. They referred to children born via surrogacy as synthetic, causing outrage, especially from Elton John, who called for a boycott of the brand. The backlash was swift. Celebrities and activists criticized their views as outdated and offensive. The designers later issued clarifications, saying their comments had been personal opinions taken out of context. But the damage to their image among LGBTQ+ communities lingered. China advertising scandal. In 2018, ahead of a major fashion show in Shanghai, Dolce & Gabbana released an ad campaign showing a Chinese model struggling to eat Italian food with chopsticks. The tone was seen as patronizing and stereotypical. The internet exploded with criticism. Influencers and celebrities denounced the brand. The Shanghai show was canceled at the last minute, and Chinese e-commerce sites removed D&G products. The designers posted a video apology, but their reputation in Asia was severely affected and remains sensitive even today. Tax evasion charges. In 2013, the duo faced legal trouble in Italy over accusations of tax evasion involving offshore companies. The case dragged on for years and made international headlines. Though they were eventually acquitted, the ordeal cast a shadow over their business practices and personal brand. Style icons and celebrity love. Over the years, Dolce & Gabbana have dressed a glittering lineup of global icons: Monica Bellucci, Naomi Campbell, Madonna, Scarlett Johansson, Kylie Minogue, Eva Herzegovina, and more. Their relationship with Madonna was especially close. She wore their designs on stage, in photo shoots, and even commissioned custom pieces for her tours. One of the most iconic moments? A studded bra that read, "Italians do it better," a bold, unforgettable fashion statement. Beyond clothes, perfumes, fridges, and lifestyle, Dolce & Gabbana have always embraced the idea that fashion is a lifestyle. They've expanded their empire far beyond the runway. Their fragrance line, Specially Light Blue, became a global bestseller, known for its fresh, Mediterranean scent and sensual campaigns. They've even collaborated with Italian appliance brand Smeg to produce hand-painted refrigerators and kitchen items. Covered in Baroque florals, lemons, and Sicilian motifs, these pieces are as much art as they are functional design. The legacy and what's next. In recent years, the duo has made an effort to return to their roots, embracing heritage, tradition, and the beauty of handmade craftsmanship. Their runway shows are love letters to Italy, featuring real families, non-models, and artisans from across the country. They may no longer be the industry's most scandalous voices, but they remain among the boldest. Their story is one of reinvention, resilience, and the eternal dance between controversy and creativity.